Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. So, I'm usually very organized with filming my videos. However, this video dropped today when I'm filming this, actually 19 hours ago. This is Gwyneth Paltrow's guide to everyday skincare and wellness over on Vogue, their YouTube channel. And I just have to say something about this because there's so much wrong here, and not in like, oh, that's not good for her skin, she shouldn't be using that. There's so much misinformation that I consider quite dangerous, and it's just boring now. We've had enough. Like, I just want to, okay. So I'm gonna kind of cut through her video and just kind of point out the bits that isn't just wrong, it's wrong, like it's wrong. And who am I to sit here saying all this stuff? No one. So what I'm going to do is link to all the actual professionals, scientists, dermatologists, where I learned this information from, an exact post in the description box down below so you can learn what I'm talking about today, because this is where I got my information from. I think it's one thing me just sitting here and repeating what I've learned from numerous people, but it's another thing, I feel like we keep it in our heads and we actually learn more when we go to a post and read it and process it from someone who really knows what they're talking about. First of all, actually, I want to say that this is not an attack on Gwyneth Paltrow. I think as a businesswoman, she knows what she's doing. She's clever when it comes to that. What this is about is the wording, the companies, it's the fear-mongering that this entails, and at one point it's quite dangerous. So let's take a look at a video cutting certain bits that aren't really relevant to what we're talking about today.
Hi, I'm Gwyneth Paltrow, and I'm back for my second Beauty Secrets. I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of my daily routine and all of the products that I love, and you can see how it has evolved. But I was very much a tomboy, so this whole skincare thing has come to me later in life. People always ask me, if I want something that's a clean, non-toxic product that really works, that I wanna buy at the drugstore, what should I get? And I always say Weleda Skin Food. They make this super rich, fantastic moisturizer. I think my mom, we both tend to have dry skin. We have similar skin, but she's very low maintenance. Like, she's probably even more low maintenance than I used to be. Now I'm a little bit higher maintenance. But I think what I learned from her most is just to be comfortable with yourself, just be comfortable in your skin. That she was kind of a less is more in terms of makeup and stuff, and she definitely passed that on to me. So next is sunscreen. This is a clean mineral sunscreen brand called Unsun, and it's a 30 SPF. There are a lot of really harsh chemicals in conventional sunscreen, so that's a product that I really want to avoid, that isn't certified by the EWG, and which is a great website, by the way. If you ever want to understand how clean a product is, you can go check that out on their website, Skin Deep.
So let's just have a chat. There is so much wrong in this particular segment of the video. This is the one bit I was waiting for. This is the only bit we're talking about today. A few things. There aren't questionable chemicals or ingredients in your sunscreen. There is no reason as to why a physical sunscreen is better than a chemical sunscreen for your skin. There's no proof anywhere that mineral sunscreens are better for your skin, but they're not toxic. They're not poisoning me. They're not sinking into my bloodstream and causing cancer. Yes, while there may be traces of sunscreen in your blood, it's not as scary as it sounds, and the FDA still recommend using sunscreen. Again, I'll link more about this below. Please read before leaving a comment on how you don't want things in your bloodstream and poisoning you and giving you cancer. I know none of you will comment that because you all have common sense. The EWG is a terrible, terrible source of information when it comes to finding out what's in your products and what's good for you and what's bad for you, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, the EWG is like a fake stamp of approval for this clean movement that doesn't really mean anything. You can pay the EWG for a clean rating for your products, in my personal opinion, and they often ignore their own rules as far as what makes a clean product and what doesn't, what ingredients you should avoid and what you shouldn't. If you go onto the website and look under their EWG approved clean products and brands, you can go into those products and look down the ingredient list and still see that they've got these dangerous chemicals that it has been rated as dangerous by the EWG. So they're not clean. Even by the EWG standard, they just paid to have that certification, this certification that doesn't mean anything, in my opinion. They are also not backed by science. The EWG's research, as far as the science behind skincare goes, is very similar to that you see on Reddit or on Twitter. Almost like these people have done a quick Google or misinterpreted a scientific paper, a study, and classed something as dangerous because they just read the synopsis and they read the outcome or whatever. What they class as dangerous ingredient-wise is very outdated, full of misinformation and backed up by absolutely nothing, in my opinion. I do not look for EWG verified because it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything, and we have got to stop letting these big companies, these big brands, pretending that everything is giving us cancer. Honestly, no joke, if I hear them say one more time that your sunscreen is going to give you cancer, you know what's going to give you cancer is sun damage. Skin cancer is going to give you cancer. You are more likely to get skin cancer from not wearing sunscreen than wearing sunscreen. Let's watch the rest of the video, this segment of the video.
And I'm not a sort of head to toe slather of sunscreen, but I like to put some kind of on my nose and the area where the sun really hits.
The sun hits you everywhere. If you are outside, the sun hits you everywhere. If you are living, I guess they live in California, the sun is hitting you everywhere. The sun doesn't just hit where you feel it. Yes, you can feel it a little bit more here, right? On the highs of your face. But UV rays aren't going, oh, that will do just there. She's literally got the tiniest bit. This is not how you apply sunscreen. Even if it's clean, it's not how you apply sunscreen. This is actually ridiculous and infuriating. The fact that Vogue put this up on their YouTube channel is dangerous. To put up a brand founder, a celebrity, someone who preaches all the wrong stuff, even though she has a Netflix series, she has all these people working with her, all these experts, to put her in front of an audience and try and say that this is how you can use sunscreen safely and appropriately is absolutely ridiculous. It's dangerous and it's fucking stupid. It's actually infuriating because people are going to be like, oh, well, I saw this, and people, this is how a lot of people learn about skincare. It's rewatching videos like this. I don't want to make this a comment about the way she looks, but you can see sun damage. You can see sun damage on her chest. The issue is when you can see sun damage on someone, I wouldn't take sunscreen advice from them. I know that sounds really, really awful, and I didn't want to make this a comment about the way she looks. Sunscreen is so important, not just because of the anti-aging effects of sunscreen, but because of skin cancer. It's just so important. And this is so dangerous. It's actually so dangerous. It's infuriating. Let's carry on.
This is our new goop.
Sorry, and she used the tiniest amount. There's no point. If you're going to use sunscreen, use sunscreen. Use the correct amount, about 2 to 3 fingers. I use 3 for my whole face and neck.
Glow lotion. So this is like a light moisturizer that you can put on. It just gives your skin an amazing little pick-me-up. Just a nice glow. I really wanted to start making beauty products because at the time there really wasn't a lot available that was kind of beautiful, high quality, non-toxic products. And there were sort of clean moisturizers that you could find at the health food store. And then there were all of your conventional ones, and that some of them, even the really expensive ones, had crazy ingredients in them, like antifreeze, literally. So I didn't want that either. So I saw.
Okay. Okay. There will not be antifreeze in your products. This is an example that people within the clean beauty space use all the time. Oh, it's got lead in it. You know, your skincare has the same thing that products under your kitchen sink has in it. The same argument goes here. It's the dose that makes the poison. Chemists are clever people, right? They know how ingredients work. The perfect example, again, I always use is salt. right? If you put a little sprinkle of salt on your what do you have salt with? Salad? No, what do you eat salt in? I don't know, pasta? I don't know. If you put a little bit of salt over your dinner, right? Not going to kill you. Not going to kill you. If you sit there digesting a bucket of salt, it's probably going to kill you. It is the dose that makes the poison. Everything in large amounts, water, is going to kill you. It can kill you. It's usually like, oh, the same surfactant that's in your cleanser is in window cleaner. Yes, of course, it might be, but in a completely different amount. That's absolutely insane. It's just not a valid argument because it just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make sense. Again, I understand not wanting this in your skincare. That's absolutely fine. If you prefer a brand that does that, knock yourself out, do whatever. But there's a difference between promoting your clean brand and fear mongering and just saying stuff in order to sell your product. And this is what makes it even more annoying, is that she is a brand owner that's pushing this narrative in order to sell her products. Fear sells, goop sells, in my opinion, allegedly. Question everything you see when it comes to skincare. Do your research from many different sources as well, even when it comes to professionals. You know, you have skincare professionals arguing back and forth online as well about what they think is correct and incorrect. So please vary your sources, vary the people that you are listening to. Again, all the links down below. I will also post the usual list of dermatologists, chemists, estheticians, skincare experts that I trust, with varied opinions as well, so you can then yourself go and make an educated I can't even talk anymore, educated opinion about what you want to believe and your philosophy when it comes to skincare. Sorry if that was rude. I hope it wasn't rude, but you can watch more videos here, and I'll see you over there. Bye.